actual feeling for me of being alive doesn't start until you're literally confronted with the things that can take life away that fast. And so I guess that's my justification for being out here and doing this. My name's Melissa Arnott, and I work as a professional mountain guide.
My name is David Morton, and I'm a year-round mountain guide. I work all over the world, a lot in the Himalaya, where we are right now. So for me, climbing in the Himalaya, the experience is a lot different because of the culture and because of the mystique and the magic of the Himalaya, and that's definitely what drew me to it. Melissa and I have been climbing together for a few years now and are really falling into a good rhythm.
Gracias.
After being up on Everest, Melissa was captivated by Makalu.
This has been the mountain I've wanted to come to for a really long time.
Makalu is the 5th highest mountain in the world. It's 8,463 meters. We really wanted to do it without supplemental oxygen, without a support staff above base camp. I feel like we're going to get to the top of this thing and we're going to celebrate and know that we did it on our own, and for me that's a huge thing. But we're going to push it to a certain risk level and we're not going to go beyond that.
The trip into Makalu has not been at all what I expected. I think starting out right from Kathmandu, I expected that the area would be a little bit more traveled than it is.
Take 2 days in Jeeps on roads that have just been built in the last few years. And then from there, we're trekking for 8 days to base camp.
The trek to base camp was really remote.
Very few tourists visit the Makalu area. You run into a lot of local people. Beautiful people, lots of Sherpa culture. Very welcoming to all the climbers that come through that area.
When we got here, there was just 1 or 2 other teams here, and it's been pretty quiet. And that part I expected, but you know, each day has been a totally new experience and different from what I could have imagined.
Super psyched to be at base camp. It's high and dry, which I'm really excited about.
It's kind of desolate up here.
How do you feel?
I feel good. Yeah, it feels good to be up high. So we're at base camp at 5,600 meters, and we've been here for a couple of days, and from this point on it's going to be just Dave and I carrying everything we need up the mountain. So we're just trying to sort out what food we need for a couple of days up there, try to carry up as much as we possibly can. Oh, beef stroganoff. Do you have packets of tuna at all?
I think if I had the same amount of downtime at home that I have on these expeditions, I'd probably go crazy.
Fortunately, I don't get bored that easily. I think if I did, I'd have a really, really short career in expedition climbing.
10, 11, 12.
It's really remote here, you know. Everything that we're doing, Dave and I are doing on our own. We don't have a staff, we don't have any Sherpa help supporting getting our equipment up there or cooking or anything like that. Wait till Nabisco finds out about this combo. Moneymaker. I try to go into every new experience, especially expedition climbing, without too many expectations about what it's going to be. The more I try to build up kind of what it's going to be like, the more I'm really tied to that image. And I was really open coming in here to just this being something I hadn't experienced before.
How's the temps?
Hot. Used to be cold, now it's hot. Can't win.
It was a good time, but definitely, we can tell that we have our work cut out for us. Carrying big loads, breaking trail at times on this first rotation, and it'll be hard for sure, but I'm looking forward to it. And I think this was sort of a big first few days in terms of the amount of work we actually did. So get back to base camp, rest up, and I think we'll be sitting pretty for feeling good on the next couple of rotations. But what are your impressions of Makalu so far?
It's windy. It's huge. It's kind of just right there within our grasp, but the wind certainly knocks you around quite a bit.
So we've been here more or less a couple weeks, and I want to get up there. But we're starting to get into that steeper part when we go back up on our next round. We were up there on our second rotation, and it's been snowing for a few hours.
It was not that much fun up there. Dave and I headed up, let's see, four days ago, I guess, and it was a nice day when we started out. It was actually warm and rather pleasant walking, but by the time we got on the steep head wall, climbing right up into Camp 1, the wind picked up. The weather just really came in. It was blowing snow, and I just totally lost motivation. It was really hard to keep going. Are your hands cold?
I don't even want to talk about it.
I have to say I'm pretty excited to see base camp right now.
What do you think about today?
A long day. I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to make it up here.
The winds have died down quite a bit today. Snow's starting to come in, and now we're in a whole different sort of scenario of issues.
The hardest parts are still ahead, and so it's really, really tough when you get knocked down like that to sort of mentally regroup and think, you know, what am I doing here? Can I do this? Yeah, I have a very, very mixed feelings about Makalu right now. A couple of days ago, I had a sort of breaking point mentally. I kind of kept it to myself. I'm sure Dave could tell what was going on though. And in my head, I was just sorting through all of the possible excuses of why I would leave right now. I really wanted just to be done with this expedition, and it wasn't worth it. Weather's been terrible. I haven't been acclimatizing that well.
On our summit day, we started out from our high camp at about midnight.
After just a few hours of climbing, it became apparent to me that I wasn't going to be able to go to the summit. I wasn't climbing fast enough. It was a huge day ahead of us, and Dave was able to climb much faster, and so I had to make a decision to turn around and go back down to Camp 4.
It was pretty emotional for both of us. I climbed for another 12 plus hours. I was feeling really strong, I was feeling really positive. I didn't anticipate how long that summit day was going to take. It was a tough thing for me to turn back. Only 150 meters shy of the summit, but made the difficult decision that it was too long. I was out of time and it was too late.
Life is an experiment. This is my first time as far as I know. And I do not have very many answers about the right way to do this or the right way to do that.
How's it feel to be down? No summit? Psyched? Unhappy?
Yeah.
Worn out?
Feels good to be down. It's been a long expedition, and it's, you know, I think it's always hard coming down without achieving your goals, and it's kind of time to go home, I think, so. If you ask me what makes you the most happy in your life, to me it's having choice. And it's also having the knowledge that I have that choice. If you're following your passions, you're not making sacrifices. And that's a really important distinction.
The fact that I didn't make it up Makalu and that Melissa didn't make it up Makalu is heartbreaking, but it was a successful trip. We made decisions that we felt good about. We could, hold our head up high and feel as though we came home in good style and got down the mountain safely on our own and made good decisions. And
it's these decisions, these hard ones, but the ones that bring you home, that are the decisions that I think in the end of the day, I am the most proud of.
I want to keep climbing my whole life, and I really enjoy it. And if that means not summiting, that's what it means. And It's all part of climbing, it's all part of life. Successes and failures, and really what it's all about.